What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, reviewing today Valkyria Revolution. Whenever you go back and read history books, you often come across epic battles that barely fill a page, and great heroes that are mentioned in a single sentence. When you think about it, these figures went through entire lives shifting and shaping the world, and now they're nearly forgotten. What if you discovered that these detailed records left out some of the most important information? Imagine if the treacherous villains of our past were in fact just regular people who took it upon themselves to save the land through any bloody works that needed to be done. It's this unique framing that the amazing story of Valkyria Revolution builds itself around. As the game begins, two professors meet in the woods to talk about the origins of their nation, starting with the tale of a group of friends who are known in the history books as the Five Traitors. These men and women are said to have used their individual skills to force the opening of a world war that claimed thousands of soldiers, and yet maybe things aren't quite so simple. Our plot unfolds as a series of long flashbacks that show us different major moments from this troubled era. The writing and overarching story are extremely good, but you better be happy just soaking up these cool cutscenes, because when it comes to gameplay, there isn't much here. If you are hoping for an RPG that lets you fight as much as you watch characters sit around tables and talk, this really isn't the title for you. Each of the game's 10 chapters boil down to being roughly an hour-long movie followed by 20-minute piece of combat. I really wish I was being overly dramatic here, and yet, for the most part, Valkyria Revolution feels like an anime with a little bit of sword fighting. While previous entries in this series were concentrated on extended challenging missions that felt like chess matches with machine guns, this spin-off has a sloppy action style that really doesn't function. Oh, yeah, in case you didn't know, this is actually vaguely connected to a franchise called Valkyria Chronicles. I'm pretty sure that Sega doesn't want us to remember that. This plot takes place in a different timeline on an alternate planet and features a very dumbed-down combat system. Before each operation, the commander explains the objectives to us. I want to give the developers some credit. There is an impressive amount of variation in the missions, ranging from blowing up bridges to stop supplies, or doing stuff like trying to dismantle a giant death robot. Unfortunately, when you're out there with your boots on the ground, the general structure of how we kill stuff is just so boring. See this glowing bar next to a character's face? This tells you when you're allowed to attack. Only when this is fully charged can you strike, but until then, you're forced to just stand there doing nothing or maybe running in circles. When it does finally fill up, there are two options for how you can deal damage. Either bash them with your weapons if you're close enough, or you can freeze time to select long-range guns and cast magic. Although it doesn't happen much, there are a few opportunities where you can use these abilities to totally wreck people if you fight smart. For instance, right here the streets are crammed full of these soldiers that are well armed and behind barriers, making them tough to take down. If, however, I climb up this nearby tower, I can now fire a rocket launcher directly into their group for an epic sneak attack. Something that really ruins the fun of these flashier moments though is that annoying bar that still has to fill up between every single hit. When I'm running from an ambush and I turn around for a quick sweep to see if I can thin out the robots chasing me, the excitement is totally sucked out of this intense situation since I keep having to stare at this painful loading bar. That's what it feels like. It feels like I'm just having to watch the game load each individual spell I'm trying to sling. It feels like I'm playing Dynasty Warriors, but every 10 seconds my controller shuts off, leaving me just sitting there looking blankly at the screen. The original Valkyria Chronicle games worked in a similar way, but at least it was turn-based. Having soldiers move one at a time built an important sense of strategy rather than this incredibly messy new style of action RPG elements. I'm being completely serious when I say that the gameplay seems unfinished. On the bright side, there is some real enjoyment to mastering the magic system. In the story, the most powerful tool of any empire is Ragnite. This material basically serves as raw energy for unleashing magic. Before you undertake a mission, you can select which Ragnite you want, allowing you to perform special mega strikes like calling in meteors from the sky or healing your party. Much like how a real war depends largely on your equipment, properly handling your spells is the key to winning. If you're more of a basher type player like myself, it's also possible to just convert this enchanted power swords to upgrade your stats that way you're stronger overall. Choosing how you want to fight almost becomes more of a game than the battles themselves. As a whole, I wish this combat had a lot more depth and didn't appear so rushed. With a story that's so brilliantly written and hammers you with so many jaw-dropping plot twists in every single chapter, the combat essentially feels like an afterthought. Okay, so we've heard some good and some bad, but let's head over to the ratings board and put a big number on it. I am giving Valkyria Revolution a 6 out of 10. Hey Sega, if you somehow see this video, I am majorly begging you to bring out Valkyria Chronicles 3 in America. I would happily buy them all again if you packaged it as a trilogy or something. Just please. No more bad Valkyria Revolution games. Thanks so much for watching, gamers. This has been DreamcastGuy with another review. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. If for some reason you do buy this game, do yourself a favor. Get the sniper rifle right at the start and shoot every commander in the head. Trust me, it'll make things a lot easier. And it was a total dumpster fire. Oh, hi. I'm just working on the next video. If you want to see what it is, go ahead and click this button and you can subscribe. Also, if you click these video links, you can see my latest review and my latest top 10. Now I'm just going to sit here for a minute and wait for you to subscribe. Oh, I guess I could put on these giant glasses. I literally found these on a roller coaster.